Hi! I wanted to show something cool with phasers, and something that's kind of changed the way I've thought about time. I'm going to stay out of the nerdy details for the most part, but what you're hearing is a 64-step sequence by LameJuis, which I think of as 4 measures of 4/16 notes. Now, when I first created LameJuis, I had never heard of phasers, but LameJuis has always been a phaser-based sequencer. The main difference is that LameJuis takes its input as 8 digital bits, rather than as the phaser itself. It essentially converts the phaser to a 6-bit number, and then uses those. What this means is that I can commute individual bits. For instance, if I commute the lowest order bit, the rhythm changes from 16th notes to 8th notes, or at most 16th notes to at most 8 notes. The actual bits are coming from a series of cascading phaser multipliers with Hedrick CV phaser shapers between them. So what can I do with that? Well, what you're seeing in front of you is a 6-bit or maybe 7-bit phaser going, representing time. The bottom of it represents the beginning of time, and the top of it represents the end of time. Right now, it's essentially a straight line, although because it's digital, it's a little bit stair-steppy. This means that the time is totally straight. But using the phaser shapers, I can add, for instance, some 16th bits, 16-note swing. That's a little aggressive. And you can see that time is slightly distorted. You'll also notice, if you look very closely, that the distortion in time has 32-way symmetry. What this means is that the swing does not affect the position of the 8th notes. The 16th note swing can be as aggressive as I want it to be, and the 8th notes do not move. Of course, with phasers, one fun thing I can do is I can also add 8th note swing. Here I have 8th note swing. The 8th note swing, of course, affects the position of the 16th notes, but not of the quarter notes. This will have 16-way symmetry. Likewise, quarter note swing will have 8-way symmetry, if we look on this graph in front of us. I can add them both at the same time. Or I could change the swing algorithm. Let's add some quarter note swing as well, just for fun. I'm just kind of messing around with the parameters. It's pretty groovy. The point is, I can use the phaser stuff to distort time, and as long as it has symmetry, it doesn't change anything. What else can I do with this? Well, a cool thing about the stateless sequencer thing, or about the phaser thing, is that you can run time backwards. I'll show you what that looks like. Listen to that. Let me turn it off for a second. it's not actually, suddenly the sequence gets faster, but it's not actually creating more notes. It's just running each little run of 4/8 notes, or each run of 2/8 notes, 4 times as fast, or twice as fast, I guess. So the 8th notes become 16th notes, the 16th notes become 32nd notes. It could be, a lot. But you're basically just adding, units of repetition. And if you listen, you can still hear the quarter note rhythm. I'll have another voice play it. If it comes in, that's weird. Do you hear how it's repeating stuff at the same rate as as the lower rhythm is changing? It's not just wild random. I don't have to add more notes to the sequence. It's just running time backwards locally. And again, because it has that symmetry, it doesn't affect the slower notes. Of course, I can affect the slower notes if I want to. So yeah, I encourage you to check out some of this Phasor stuff and maybe see if, time doesn't have to just be coming from a clock. The clock says go forward. Time can be a stretchy, malleable thing that you can play with and get your hands on it. I've been playing with this stuff for about a week now, and I'm excited to play with it more. So, yeah. Thank you.